the way the budget board is presented to the public, to the legislature, that is deception, in my view, that monies approved under the budget by the legislature, signed into law by the president, that the Ministry of Finance will spend it for different purposes and bring it back to us, print it back as though they have spent it in line with the intent of the law. Now, through this hearing, the minister is admitting that what was appropriated for Cape Power by this legislature what I'm saying the budget book, the budget book still carries it. So let us not.
The legislature did not do appropriation for Cape Power.
The budget book still carries.
It carries that there's an upturn.
Not only upturn, pro tem.
There's a budget line in upturn.
There's a budget line.
Upturn shows that expenditure was made.
Even though we are saying that we did not make any appropriation, but the budget book is reflecting that this legislature and the executive made that.
No, Senator Brown. Order, Madam Pro Tem. Order, please.
Senator Dillon.
Thank you. No, my order to my colleague is, legally, we remove Cape Power from the national budget when we did a recast in September. During which time, Minister Kafua had just taken over, and he presided over the recast of the budget. By law, we have removed Cape Power. So at the end of 2024 budget year, which includes the recast era, still carries Cape Power with some expenditure or turn, it's cause for alarm.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
the point I'm making.
Senator Brown, if you say we appropriate that for Cape Power, then it's a slightly misleading information because we remove Cape Power from the budget. So the 2024 so the 2024 fiscal upturn should have nothing to do with Cape Power. How did Cape Power by fiscal upturn get $370,000?
All right.
We're asking for answer.
I agree. Assuming what you're saying, information. Please. You have your time. Let me conclude, please. Pro Tem, there are two issues. The legislature, the senators are saying that in the recast, Cape Power allocation was removed. But what we are saying from the budget book, that instructions from the legislature was not followed. The MFDP still kept Cape Power into the budget. And they have used that budget in excess. But they are saying that they did not use the money for Cape Power. What did they use it for? So two investigations that this hearing should derive. One, why the recast that was done, removing the 374,000 allocation on the Cape Power, why did the Ministry of Finance keep it there? The second investigation will establish where did this money go? What did they spend it for? And is it just that one incident? How many of these areas in the budget that money is appropriate?
Well, I would expect that the deputy will be closest to the details than the minister, but also I would expect that, that the deputy may not memorize everything. But this is what I need to tell you. Because Cape Power, and this you can take from me clearly, not a dime was spent on Cape Power. I repeat. Not a dime was spent on Cape Power. I can say it the third time. not a dime was spent on K-Power. The budget has appropriations, and those appropriations are intentions. Over the course of the budget year, pressures come in. Like now, we did not budget, excuse me, and with that, in that respect, let me also express sympathy to the Senate belatedly. You know, on the passing of your colleague, we did not expect, and we did not budget for a by-election in Nimba. It has come up. Constitutionally, we have to deal with it. Based on the outcome, there could be another by-election that we didn't budget for. We have to deal with it. And the contingency reserve appropriation in the budget have been historically very low. Just about $3 million to deal with all contingencies of the government for the whole year. For the whole year. So, when these pressures come, the Ministry of Finance looks at appropriations that would not, based on the information that the government will not have to expend on, they become sources to deal with those pressures. Historically, in fact, you remember, there was a line in the budget. We used to budget every year hoping that action would be taken. Executive mansion renovation. Every year we put $3 million, but the Public Works or the Ministry of State wouldn't take action. And when there were pressures, when pressures came, it became the source for us to deal with government pressure. So, and some didn't understand it. They will ask, we have $3 million in the budget for executive mansion. Who took the money? No one took the money. The government pressures, like some of the demonstrations you see, when they go up so much and that we have to deal with state contingencies, these appropriations are used to deal with them. So, by and large, let me say again that not a dime was expended on cable.
Increasing taxes continually as a way of expanding the budget is not necessarily a good idea. We can derive innovative ways of deriving additional revenue only if the government decides to man up to the challenges. When I supported the current president, I was cognizant of his age and his experience, and I really thought, and he still has to prove that he has the capacity to develop the spine to put in place some mechanisms that will ultimately increase the revenue base of our country. For example, the forest sector. The forest
Well,
when Mr. Theodore governed this country, and he had all his SSAs, but let's dwell on the positive side of it. Let's dwell.
We hope it hasn't been cancelled yet. It's one of the things that we all are in our churches and mosques praying. They don't get cancelled. So thank you very much.
I call about Vigo just arrived here, where the speaker is written reserved for the speaker. And I call, what are you doing? This is written reserved for the speaker. You taking it from there. And I call about park is Vigo, where it's written reserved for the speaker. Honorable Koruba, you see a rating reserved for speaker. You see a rating reserved. What do you think? What is the security act again? So again, Honorable Koruba, I've been rating reserved for speaker on the call, but are you not violating the Rachel Kuhn speakership? So again, for the second time, he kicked off the Kuhn where it is rating reserved for speaker. And I will call over kick off the Kuhn. This is a reserve speaker. And I will call.
I'm running to my councillor office because we got some issue. I think to pick up some documents. Anytime I come, Milka Paget, I'm in the place occupied. The place that reserved for no junta or rebel.
You just got a checkpoint for there. I think that you think there's a foundation for the standing order.
Let them expel me. Why they can't expel me?
It is expel you want. You want to be expelled. Are you tired of being represented?
I'm not tired of being represented. We need to respect our laws of this country. The law is very clear. The law says ratio 2 for 25 kun is a junta or rebel. The man teaching 2 courses to LU. So he always fear the point.
Yeah. You from Bonjama,
Okay. Tune to Spoon. It doesn't matter where you are. You're from Cape Mount, you're from Grangita, you're from Von Jaman, you're from Riverses, you're from Sino. Just tune to Spoon. This is where you get the news. And I'd like to welcome everyone tonight to the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. We are here to talk Liberia as usual, to talk about the happenings across the country, to bring you the updates, the analysis, and afford you the time to have your say on those different issues of concern. My name is Nelson Collier. We're live across the Spoon Network tonight, Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric Radio 101.1. Thanks to our partner radio stations across Liberia that are always relaying the program. Thanks to Trust FM in Bomi County, Premier FM, and a host of other radio stations that are always relaying the program. So, let me welcome the many of you joining us online tonight, joining us across our social media handles on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, Super TV. That's for our Facebook audience. For YouTube, we're there, and our YouTube handle is Spoon Talk Live. I want to welcome all of you. Kindly share the program as you come on. It's going to be an interesting conversation tonight, a lot to talk about, and you can assure that we are going to have a very informative program tonight. Let me go across the table and then bring the team on now. I see Moba Zokia is here, our co-host. Moba, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to have you on.
Oh, thank you, Nelson. How you doing, my brother?
Yes, sir. I'm doing well. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you.
I see our brother Muzi. Is it Moses? Is it the Hebrew way of calling Moses?
It's just Mze.
So yeah. So maybe it's the Nima way of calling Moses.
No.
Muzi.
This
is it like you take it in Mzi?
Yeah, Mze.
Yeah. So if you can say you can pronounce that name well.
Yeah, then you don't forget it.
But why do I have to say before I bring it up?
Because the M is silent. The M is silent.
Man, don't give a hard time with that whole
I'm telling you, the M is silent. It's a Swahili word, so the M is silent.
But how did a Liberian man get Swahili name? You know, You like one of my man Aaron Kuba, you know, who running the morning show so many years back. Aaron say he Kuban knee is a Russian knee. You know, Kuban is a. So I'm like, how did you, a Liberian, from Gui and Doru in Nima Kante, get a Russian knee? So it's the same thing here. Mze. But yeah, I'd like to welcome you, man. It's good to have you on tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nancy. We are here to talk some real happiness in our country. I'm a man like country that any of us cannot be.
Yeah, let me bring our brother Charles on. Charles, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Yeah, nice to be here. Umze.
Yeah, brother Charles.
Umze.
So the guy is saying if you can't say you can.
Moba, what's up with you, my man? How you doing?
Come on.
Brother Charles, super, man. Super, brother. How yourself? How you been?
Let's go. God is keeping us.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but gentlemen, we have a lot. You guys know we didn't have a show last evening. I got a lot of calls from our people, our audience. They were concerned, and so many of them called in. Why is the show not going on? So it's a good thing that we're here tonight. And as we were unable to come on last evening, we missed out on a whole lot that was happening across the country. And then so we hope we can, bundle all of those issues and have a great conversation tonight. But I'd like us to just get straight into it, do our opinion. But first, let me just recognize a few of the people in the comment section. As we try to make the most of the time, I'm going to keep the time, making sure that we do everything we can just within the time frame so we hit on all of the conversations tonight. I see Zaya Molu is here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Madam Marcia Snelling, thanks for joining us, ma'am. We appreciate you. I see Abraham Amara Duno. What Abraham doing? But Abraham, thank you. The guy is in the comment section tonight. Bien Gayfloor is here tonight. We appreciate you. Okay, Bartu, thank you for being on. We appreciate you. Tano Dolo is here. Kolu Kou, Coco Zakura is here as well. Thank you for joining us. DJ Do joining us tonight. I see Harrison Segbe is here as well. Sipo Amos Boto is here. Natana K. Hill, Eric McGill, all of you joining us tonight. Hipko Kazi joining us as well. And I see Adama Bwakai Sharif is here tonight. We want to appreciate all of you for joining us. Do us a favor and kindly go to your social media handles, share the program tonight. And let's hope we can have a great conversation as we bring you this edition of the Late Night Show. The Late Night Politics on Spoon. Now, let's go across the table and do our openings quickly. Let's take just 2 minutes. We can do our openings within 2 minutes. Within about 6 minutes, we can be done with that, and then we can go into the conversation tonight. So let me start to keep the time because we want to do justice to the conversation tonight. We want to do justice to the conversation tonight. Okay, so Moba, you can start. Just do your opinion.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson, and thank you to our fellow panelists and also those who were watching us from Radio Land, whatsoever and stuff. We just want to say thank you. And thank you for following the Spoon Talk. What on my mind is that this government need to pull its house in order. How much we fought with everything we have to bring this government into power. This government need to take the lead to make sure the Liberian people life change. And in so, there's a very disturbing video, both from the AFL. I watched that video. I was very, I was like, what's going on? Like the AFL and the police brutality. I think it is wrong for our country. I much understand the police role is to enforce the law. The AFL know nothing about enforcing the law. They are not part of that identical sector. So I much want the police enforcing the law.
You said the AFL is not part of which sector?
To enforce. Like for example,
okay.
Yeah, like for example.
Okay, so my brother, internet.
I'm good now. I'm good. So
okay.
So what I simply mean, if the government, now why they get police, that's why they get AFL, the army. Now the police on the street to enforce the law. The police there to regulate the law on a daily basis, meaning to make sure when they say this happened, the police there to settle issues and make sure. But in so doing, yes, in so doing,
but what are the police? And it's good. Our brother Alfred Konowa is an ex-AFL personnel, the male in the AFL. You know, how do you call the soldier thing I can run away from?
The
man went AWOL and he points in the US. No, that's just a joke. It's good we have Alfred here tonight.
But that's
this conversation. But
I know why you coming from. Let me answer that question.
At the end of the day, all of those guys, they're there to make sure that there's more in order.
I agree.
Discipline, enforcement, and all of that.
Listen now. When I mean the police, I mean the army doesn't count the street. Like for example, what happened is a traffic regulation issue, right? The army have no right to come out, right? Okay. To beat anybody, to do the to go to the
referee. 2 minutes exhausted. Thank you.
But you caught my time. Now you let me.
We made a deal that will speak to the time. We made a deal that will speak to the time tonight. But it's part of the conversation. It's part of the conversation. So you're gonna have time.
No problem.
Maybe
I want to explain it in totality so you understand what I mean.
You're gonna have your time to really go in detail.
Nelson, I'm very much happy that this government is doing extremely well, as we're expecting our vice president of the Republic.
Can you mute, Alfred? Can you mute? You know, our brother Stars is hoping every time on the show by saying the government is doing well. So let's respect that. I'm going to give your 2 minutes back to you, AB.
Thank you.
So let's restart your time. Go ahead.
Thank you. Nelson, as I was saying, this government is doing extremely well for the Liberian people. So as we are expecting the VP, the Vice President, Jeremiah Tankun, for him to be able, currently Jeremiah Tankun, it is in Europe. He is making sure that the issue of electricity, he is making sure that the issue of companies coming to our country for them to be able to provide job opportunity for our comrades and compeers. So this man is striving. This man is trying his possible best for him to be able to do that. And he'll be coming to PA, to Pennsylvania on the 7th. And on the 8th, he'll be having a town hall meeting for the Liberian people. He'll be interacting with Liberians for him to be able to tell us in the 1 year how far the government has gone. What are the achievements? What are the deliverables? So this government is currently on the right path of history, and I strongly believe that history will judge this government on the right side. And one of the things, I mean, the Liberian people cry. I mean, you just imagine someone damaged the country for 6 years, and we are on the way. We are on our way in repairing that damage, in rescuing the Liberian people. We are on our way in making sure that Liberian people right now, people can go to the street, people can go in the street without them being harassed. People can lay down and sleep without them being harassed. So the government is trying its possible best for the Liberian people to enjoy the fruit of their labor, and we will make sure that we rescue this country. And we are not joking with that. We make sure we rescue this country, and we will turn the country over to the young leaders.
Chas.
Yes, again, it's always a pleasure to be here. Let me say, again, welcome to myself, welcome to the many Liberians out there, and welcome to all of my panelists here. But it is frustrating to see the downgrading of our democracy, to see the ruthless attacks on our democracy, and people come on this platform and still want to give praises. You know, it hurt my heart that you will not see the facts, but because you are down for this party, or because you support this party, or you support an individual, you come on a public platform where you have thousands of people all around the world watch videos, footages with security forces fighting among themselves. Something that have the propensity to derate our peace in our country, and people come on this platform and say, yes, the government is doing everything well. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But again, we will go into the conversation, and we wait to enter the conversation with an open mind, and a clear heart, and a very sound perspective.
Thank you very much for your input tonight. Alfred, finally, you want to do your opening, and then we.
Well, again, I want to say, Mr. Colette, thank you for having me on the show. I've been out for quite a while, but hopefully I can make myself available regularly on a daily basis once we are on. But Nelson, let me begin with the work of Muhammad Ali, my brother from Great Cayman County. I think in as much as we will criticize the government, we want to do the criticism with an open mind, ensuring that we can say the facts and not just all the time criticize. One sector that I believe that is doing something is the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation under the stewardship of Moali. And in this public manner, I'd like to congratulate the brother for the little milestones that we are seeing. We want more to be done. We want to make sure that our people, through the length and breadth of Liberia, can have access to safe drinking water. And what is ongoing, even though is small, we want to give a pat on the back to the brother to continue the good work. Having said that, with regards to the chaos that ensued at the SD Copper Road specifically, I want to condemn that act. It just tells you how chaotic our country is. It just tells you that the leaders of the country are not ready to lead this country. It just tells you that Liberia is traumatized. That is the reason why you will see law enforcement officers, state securities will be fighting against themselves. Right. Let me also condemn the act of the AFL coming out in the way, the form and manner in which they did. This is not lawful, it's not legal. If one of your members has a problem with the police, we have law and order in the country. But again, Nelson, they say the face get ratting from the head. If our leaders at the legislature can bring down the Capitol building, it just tells you that no law and order and there's no one in charge. That's why we are saying what we are saying.
Alfred, I want to hold you there because we have a whole lot to get into tonight on the show. Josh, thank you for joining us. It's good to have you on tonight. We're moving on with the conversation now. We're gonna come to you at some point. Yes, but let's get into the show. There's just a whole lot happening across the country, and yes, you can talk about the issue with the AFL and the Liberia National Police. Of course, that's one of the training issues in the country. A lot of people are concerned about it. There are different concerns as to why do we have this happening in the first place, and what's the way forward? How did we get here, and what's the way forward? Now, just a few updates on that. Today, the joint security had a meeting from the early morning hours up to the afternoon hour. The Ministry of Justice took siege of the matter. I saw the Liberian National Police, even the police IG present at the Ministry of Justice today. The AFL, the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia, and other folks on the joint security, they were there today. And following the meeting, they then went on to the ELW hospital, where some of the police officers are. We're going to upload some of the videos as well. The police officers that were wounded, and also to the JFK to check on those officers or those security personnel who got affected in the process, talking about this tension. Now, on the flip side, there was also another engagement, a hearing with the Senate today. The armed forces of Liberia, the Liberian National Police, they were invited. Though due to the security nature of the hearing, it was done behind closed doors. The cameras were off. The journalists, since they say we are the Chichipoli, were out of the rooms. But they conducted a hearing today behind closed doors. And following the hearing, the Senate Committee chair, the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Defense and Security, Senator Momo Cyrus, spoke to the press. He spoke to the media. And I'm going to play that video where the Senate Committee, let's say Senator Momo Cyrus, is heard on the video saying that, look, we have met with the parties. The joint security is going to work together. And in the coming days, what we're going to see, what we are about to see, is that the security will work closely. And now get this, the armed forces of Liberia will work closely with the Liberian National Police to ensure that the no-go zone restriction or enforcement is upheld. Now, if you go back to the genesis of this whole thing, I mean, most people are aware that what triggered this entire tension we saw quite recently was the no-go zone restriction. And if AFL personnel is on the motorbike and something happening from one thing to another, he feels humiliated, and then it got out of hand. The guy was being manhandled as per the video we saw, and that then resulted to the reaction we saw from the armed forces of Liberia. But let's watch just a portion of the video here when the senator is mentioning what Liberians will see in the coming days, what Liberians should expect in the coming days. And let's listen to Senator Cyrus quickly on this one, and then we're going to start the conversation from here. Okay, so let me do this quickly, guys. Okay, I think we have
enforced the no-go zone restriction. How long are we expected to see this?
Well, it's progressive depending on, like I said, it's in terms of confidence building. We want the citizens to know that the police and the military has no issue. In fact, they can work together. So it could be 1 month, it could be 2 months. And we'll analyze the situation to see. But it's not going to be a permanent assignment. It's just meant to let the public know that there's a relationship.
And then my second concern has to do with the.
Okay, so I'm not going to that second concern. It was already addressed, but he said it's not going to be a permanent thing, but it's going to happen. The police and the military will start to enforce the no-go zone restriction to send a message that the police and the military has got no issues. I mean, let's start the conversation from here. Let's start with you, Josh, because you're just coming in. Then we can go around the table. Let's take 2 minutes each on this one, and then we can go around the table. Yeah, starting with you, Josh.
Look, Nelson, what happened was very unfortunate. But you know, that's what happens when you give the work of men to boys. Those are the things that you expect to see happening. It is ridiculous, and I don't care how they try to patch this thing up. It is glaring, Nelson and Liberian people. It's glaring that no one is in control. Everyone is operating individually.
You know, Josh. I will give you a few seconds. I'm going to take to interrupt. But what do you make of the whole idea, especially when the number one big man? Let me tell you one hour Liberian way. The number one big man for the first branch of government, the Senate, the Defense and Security, the man who chairs that committee, saying to the Liberian people that look, in the coming days, you're going to see the military out there in the streets. Now, the checkpoints we're talking about are in different zones across the country. And the senator is saying that to demonstrate to the Liberian people that the police and the AFL have no issues, you're going to see the people in the streets. Are they going to be there with arms, or are they going to be there just in the uniforms? What sort of message? Is it timely? Is it conducive for the kind of atmosphere we already have? I mean, what do you make of that aspect, first of all, Josh?
Nelson, look, you know, I worked with the United Nations for a while, right? And I know what it means when people are building, you know, confidence amongst people. Like when I first came to Asia to work with the UN in East Timor, we used to have the military, you know, the peacekeeping military guys, right? They would hold their guns in their hand and just march through the city, march around on major roads, you know what I mean? Just to tell the civilian that, look, there is a protection against anything here. You know, move about your business. We're here to protect you. That's a good sign and that's a good signal. However, with our situation, it's different, right? It's different that because there is a perceived conflict between the military and the police. So putting them in the street, I don't think it's timely. I think it's wrong. I think what they need to do is to come together as the security heads, talk about it, resolve everything they have, and allow the police to take care of the enforcing the law.
Josh, I want to come there a little. I want to come there. You just lay out a clear example of how it worked in other countries. In Istanbul, where you worked before, the UN, the peacekeeping mission, they will march with the arms to give some sort of assurance to the people that, yes, we're in charge, we're in control, your security is guaranteed. Following the different engagements today, the police meeting at the Ministry of Justice with the Armed Forces of Liberia, the authorities, and then moving on to the Capitol building where they had another engagement, don't you think it's necessary to see those two groups working together, standing in the streets and making sure that the law is enforced?
Now, see, look, like I said, it's a good thing to show unity in strength. However, I don't know whether this time is timely. Nelson, because I think there's a lot of things that happen, and the surveillance also involved in this thing because, you know, you hear the chanting, it still rings in my ear. We want army, we want army. What I heard in the streets, you know what I mean? I think it's something that makes the police to feel unwanted. So for you to put them side by side with the police and you feel that the military is getting more respect than them, I think it will be something that is going to create more disharmony. But look, Nelson, these people, they were put there. Mosara is being paid a lot of money to do what he's doing. Hopefully he knows what he's doing, and I will leave it with them to decide what they want to do. But I think, from my own understanding, I think it will create more chaos and more, misunderstanding. Thank you.
Well, I want to come to you, Alfred. You are an ex-AFL personnel, and given what happened, you know, a lot has been said about the entire saga and all of that. But just coming to where we are now, the latest decision, the update that's coming from the Liberian Senate, the Senator Momo Sarr is saying that the police and the AFL, they're going to be in the street to enforce this no-go zone restriction. Now, and I want to go back to the point that George just made, right? When he mentioned how the citizens were cheering, we want army, we now want police. Do you think if we have a situation where the army is going to be out there enforcing the very no-go zone, that the motorcyclists and all of those people were cheering against the police for, do you think this army is going to be the people's favorite as we saw them cheering for them the other day in the live video you saw?
Nelson, first of all, I stand to be corrected. Since 2006, the new armed forces of Liberia has never been in any instance that will lead to people being killed or in any kind of violent situation within the republic. The armed forces of Liberia has remained since 2006 a force for good. The armed forces of Liberia, historically, since 2006, has not been known for being a corrupt institution. So when you see the public saying we want army, that is the reason. On the other hand, with the Liberian National Police, the Liberian National Police is one of the endemically corrupt institutions in the country. It is unprofessional, and as a result, that's why we are where we are. Nelson, when I saw the video,
I want to go back a little.
Yeah, I'm coming to the point you raised with the Senate.
Not with the Senate. The aspect where the people were celebrating the National Army and saying they want army, they don't want police. If we were to have the army going in the street to enforce the very no-go zone that a lot of those motorcyclists are now hitting on the police for, is this army still going to be the people's favorite, the motorcyclists' favorite, and all of those people who were celebrating the army?
Nelson, just set it straight. The Constitution is very clear as to how the army is deployed. Right? So this issue that Senator Saros is raising, I think he's on a knee-jerk situation. This is a knee-jerk situation from the senator. Obviously, the armed forces of Liberia will not be deployed. Will not be deployed in this situation because this situation has not gone to the area where it is considered a national security threat. Okay? So it has not reached to that point. So the armed forces of Liberia will not be deployed.
Alfred, are you saying that even after an engagement, after a closed-door hearing with the both parties, now the senator who chairs that committee comes back to brief the public on some of the things that the public needs to know? And then after you're saying that, despite all he said, all that was discussed, all that they agreed on, you're saying that you don't think it's going to happen as per the way the senator said it.
No, it's not going to happen because the Constitution is very clear on how the armed forces should be deployed. Now, with regards to what the senator was trying to say, I think the senator was just trying to appease those political people that he want to be politically correct. Let me put it that way. But the army will not be deployed. Now, I think the most important thing that we need to be discussing here with regards to the situation that happened, because this situation that happened has never happened before, with where you see army people going against police people. It has never happened before since 2006. It has never happened before. So I think this situation is something that, you know, we need to strengthen our laws, right? I give you an example. 2022 in the United States,
you have
a sergeant was being handcuffed in Maryland by state police. You didn't see army people coming out to start doing all kinds of things because the institutions in this country, they are strong. The army officer sued the police for the way they handle him. And those police people that did that to him, they were reprimanded, they were taken out of the police. We have an institution in Liberia that's strong enough in terms of law and order. The answer is no. So people will be taking the laws into their hands. So why you witness is as a result of no law and order. Because if we have law and order in our country, there are 2 army officials that were manhandled by those police, they would have taken their case to court. That's how it works in a sound democracy. But because the people don't trust their own legal system, That is the reason why you see people taking the laws into their hands. That's why when in my opinion I said I condemn the situation. It shouldn't have happened.
Thank you,
This
Alfred.
is not the way the AFL is supposed to engage itself into civilian matter. And I expected that those guys who will have a strong institution, they would have taken their case to court.
Thank you, Alfred. Alfred, I want to hold you there. We have a lot of other issues to hit on tonight, so let's make the most of the time. Just before coming to you, Charles, one of our viewers via YouTube, Rufus Quena. This is his take on this, and we're gonna go back and forth on this as we move on. Alfred, you want to just clear your view? Yeah, your finger is kind of distracting us. Now, Rufus wrote this. He said, "It's not an issue in certain situations. Let's say certain situations may necessitate military to support the police." Charles, do you think it has gotten to the point where we need the military to support this the police at this point? Do you think we've reached that particular point where the no-go zone restriction has gone out of hand? The motorcyclists cannot be controlled anymore, and so we need the AFL, the Armed Forces of Liberia, to get in the streets to help the police to do this. Now, what do you make of the whole idea in the first place? Do you think it's necessary to have the AFL joining the police to carry on this enforcement as a way of showing to the, let's say, demonstrating to the citizens that the both parties are working together in the interest of the country? Emmy, welcome to the show.
Yeah. So, Nelson, let me start the discussion with this aspect, right? I'm not going to dive directly to your question, but I'm going to discuss it in a different kind of format. First of all, my issue with the entire situation, it has to do with training, common sense, and people want to show themselves that they are in charge. That word gravitated the entire thing.
Who wanting to show they're in charge?
All right. So first of all, the AFL guy, like you said, was on his bike. Though police said bike shouldn't go in town.
Like that corridor, yeah.
Fine. So if a policeman stop you and you identify yourself as an AFL man, first of all, you're not supposed to even be there with bike. That's the first thing. So in that situation, either you be calm and talk to the police, or the fact that you identify yourself to the police, okay. But you know something? It's always a habit in our country. Police always so fast to lay their hands on people. Very fast. Always. There are a lot of instances that police will just put their hands on people, whether you are in the right or you are in the wrong, they just put their hand on you. Whether you wrong or right, by law, they're not supposed to put their hand on you. They should follow the law. So that's somewhere I want to take you in the Constitution, Chapter 9, Article 85. Right? It talks about the emergency power. And in that part, we just deal with the article, the 85. It laid down clear whether this situation that we are discussing today is actually a situation that the armed forces of Liberia should come out to help police to stop no-go zone. I don't think it reached that point. And it's just clear because the Constitution laid it out clear. And even at that point, I don't think those people that was making the decision today should be the one making that decision.
Who?
Because
who do you think should not be involved with the decision making?
The decision should come from the president to deploy the police, deploy the army outside. That decision should come from the president, and it should be in an emergency situation that is threatening to the country.
Okay, so yeah, I want to understand. So maybe you're coming from the aspect where the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, of Liberia. Yes, the president. But again, that second decision, now I'm not going back to what the Ministry of Justice did. Yes, the Ministry of Justice had their own engagement with the joint security today. That's another aspect. But the second engagement was organized by the first branch of government. We're talking about the legislature here. As per structure, the legislature is the first branch of government. Even the laws, the different laws that will be quoting around here, it has to pass there. Now, the first branch of government decides to meet with the parties. Due to the security nature, they had it behind closed doors, and they came up with a decision. Now, the man who chairs that entire committee at the Liberian Senate is coming back to the public to brief the public through the press that, look, this is what we decided. We decided that based on the optics, based on the kind of negative image that this whole saga has sent out, we will have the police and the military to be out there to ensure that the no-go zone is enforced. Is there anything wrong with that?
So Nelson, right? The Constitution.
Yeah, after we're going to give you 20 seconds.
The Constitution also gave the Speaker of the House of Representatives and the Senate pro tem, in consultation with the President, they can initiate the army to come out. This Constitution, the same Liberian Constitution, gave them that right. So by them having meeting with them was not a bad thing. Honestly, it was not a bad thing, right? So I want to believe the meeting that was held, it will be the parties that went there from the House of Representatives or Senate will relay that message to the executive, which is the president. And based on what they're going to transcribe to him, and if they deem is necessary, then the president now will make the pronouncement that the army will come out. But my argument is that,
well, thank you.
My argument is that the situation that is going on in Liberia does not require the army to come out.
Okay,
it's not emergency situation. It's not threatening the country.
Thanks a lot, Charles. Charles, I'm going to hold you there because this is very interesting. But let's get to our brother AB. We will go around the table before we do the 20 seconds. Then we transition to the next talking point. AB, if you look at everything that happened today, it's like the two branches of government, excluding the judiciary. The two branches of government have a say in everything that happened today. The Ministry of Justice from the executive engaged with the two parties. The Liberian Senate from the legislature engaged with the both parties. Now, following these engagements, we are hearing about, you heard what the senator said, the military to come out to work with the police to enforce the no-go zone. What do you make of this?
First of all, let me say, the issue of the military coming out is not timely at this point. The issue that occurred with the police beating the army guard or the military officer, and the military officers coming out with a lot of ammo. I saw that. With their ammo, with their vehicle and stuff, that was not necessary. And I would classify both of them to be wrong. Both the army and the police, they are wrong. The police does not have any right. If you stop the guy to not go or to not pass their directions to go to town, all you were to do, you were to detain the guy until further notice. But to go to put your hand on the officer, that was totally wrong. And again, for the officer coming out because one of their own are then putting hand on, and then they came to brutalize the police officer that they met that on duty, that was also wrong. I don't see a timeline at this point for the army to be able to join the police because we are not in an emergency situation. Somebody is not dying from going to town. The country, we are not in a state of emergency here. So I take that to be very much wrong. And all I can say is that let the police officer, whosoever that did that act, let them retrain all of them. That's
Thank
all
you.
I have to say.
You know, I mean, based on all of the engagement today, it is glaring that there will be some actions that will be taken. It is very, very glaring that there will be some actions taken. But Mobile, you want to come in? Then we bring Emmy, and then Fambole, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Look, I think my brother Alfred said it right. There's no way the army can come out because there's nothing that threatens the state. Probably, things that are happening against the state, because the army is only there to defend. They can just come out like that to enforce what kind of law? Go under the law enforcement agency. Go there. You care under the law enforcement agency in Liberia. You don't see AFL. AFL not part of law enforcement agency. You got DEA can go there. You can coerce with the DEA, right? You can coerce with they get a lot.
Or the EPS.
The EPA, also the FDA, all of them you can coerce with them, right? To come there and help. But you can't go to the AFL. What is happening right now? I mean, what is happening right now in Liberia nursing? I think, like my brother said, the two entities just want to show power, who more powerful than their friend. And again, when police stop you and say, as a law enforcement, and somebody who something about the law, like the AFL guy who he's a soldier, he part of surveillance stuff. He know the rules. When the police pull you over, they say, "Okay, my man, you can't pass here." Like my brother Alfred alluded to, right? It happened in New York. I think they seen 2021 for racial profiling of black guy because they saw the guy from Sudan. That guy, they never knew the guy was an FBI agent. They run on that guy, they point over, they coughing, they do that one. Any other day when the guy show his ID card, they all was ashamed. Oh, it's not you, I'm sorry, but again, the man sued the identical police department. So if our law can come that way, right? Our law can I think our problem is our law. That's where our problem coming from. No, I would say let me break it down now. If I say our law, right? If somebody do something to somebody and you go to the court, right, for redress, and the court keep dragging, at the end of the day, if you know that you can't win the case, and you just say, let me let it go, right? So if things that they keep happening, people who supposed to take cases to court, what they would do? They will end up taking the identical law into
is that a justification, Mama?
It's not. I'm just saying, there's nothing. I already condemn the act. First of all, I condemn the act. I'm just trying to tell you that if what happened to the AFL guy, right? They beat him, and we saw it on camera. Okay, he left. He said, okay, let me go sue the identical department, the police department. But guess what happened next thing? Nothing will come from all of it. They will just go and say they will do it in security terms. They will come the same way. They will not come to see what they want to say. And that man delay somewhere else. But the law, if the law should be enforced, let it be enforced in all categories. You shouldn't be saying, oh, because you're surveillant or you're AFL or you're policeman or you didn't know. Even when on your private back, let me conclude. Even when on your private back, get how you call it, paper for it. Get a lesson for private back because I know that the police will not go after private back. They're going after commercial back that ain't running and there, yeah, and there. So if you get a private back, if you show it, they're gonna do nothing to you. Private, that's where again that's where the problem came from too. So Nelson, in the whole issues, the police are wrong, and also the police are wrong for laying hand on him, and also the AFL guys who came out to defend our police, they were wrong. And again, the police, the AFL need to come out to help anything. There's nothing about the AFL coming out to protect what? The country peaceful.
Thank you.
I might have to go in deep, but let me just stop here because I want to quote.
Yeah, you have to just hold some megan to all, you know, Baba.
No, but that's it, Nelson. That's it, man. Like,
Megan,
it just bro.
I mean,
that woman talk small now. That woman talk small. That man
that woman talk small. That man keeps on small.
Woman get tall, and the woman, yeah, she get tall.
Woman get tall, man get tall. Yeah, Josh, you right.
The other woman, she get talk small, she get talk all.
But go ahead and read it.
So, hey guys, how you doing? So, I know we all trying to say that we're trying to blame the law and we're trying to make excuses for these things that keep happening in our country, right? And sometimes it's valid, it's a valid point to make. But these two institutions, I don't think that we should be putting laws, blaming stuff on the law here, especially for the military, the army, right? So, and I think my brother Afro would bear me witness because I think they were trained by the U.S. Army. Like I always say here, I've been an army wife for how many years? And I live on military bases. And you have sergeant majors, you have captains, you have colonels. On those military bases, they have MPs, right? When you're on those bases and you cause any trouble, you're dealing with the military police. But once they get off, I don't care if it's the sergeant major, the colonel, or whatever. Let, for example, go out and go drink and drive and drunk. The police can pull him over, put a cuff on his hand, and lock him up. And nothing. He's not above the law. Okay? Liberia, I don't know why people always, and as I heard, these people were trained by the U.S. military. I think what I saw yesterday was lack of what? Discipline. I will put it on the army part. Right? If you if they have a something saying that no bike is allowed here, who are you to be getting on a bike to go and pass? Like, okay, so you got there. He said, no, you can't pass. What I'm saying in the video is that they were trying to arrest him and he was fighting the police. And one thing I noticed also, I'm not saying the police are saint or whatever, but there's a lot of disrespect to the police in our country. A lot of disrespect. And it's sad. These people are not getting paid enough. I'm sitting there hungry under the sun all day with my batu. I'm trying to arrest you and you won't fight me. What do you think will happen next?
No, I mean, what does the hunger have to do with the arrest? No, look. I mean, trying to paint a picture here. You're trying to paint a picture here. So you're trying to associate hunger and anger with this whole enforcement.
Exactly. If you're fighting someone,
angry man, you're right.
It makes sense.
If somebody's trying to arrest you and you're fighting them, it's not a good thing to do, but that's exactly what I'm going to lead to. And then people want to come here and be blaming president and blaming this instead of you putting the blame where it belongs. This thing can happen anywhere in the world. It has nothing to do with no president. It has something to do with discipline. Okay? So I know everything in Liberia is politics. We get it. But those people need to bear the weight of whatever, just something that needs to be done with them. Because that the act was so horrible. It was so horrible. On the army part, the army were all Liberian. Liberian army is the best army now. They were trained by the U.S. military. They were just that.
That's how long Amy got to go.
Did not teach you discipline.
I mean, has 20 seconds.
The U.S. military did not teach you all of this. Like you have no right to undermine the police. I don't care who you are. If the police wrong you, like they said, you have to take it to the law or to somebody. If you are on there, and as I don't know if how true it is. If you get asked, you say you're army man and you don't have any identification on you. Sure, I can go anywhere to and say I'm an army woman in Liberia. How can I prove that? And if I feel like you wrong me, you want to arrest me, Okay, arrest me. And I will put a call to my chief command or to my officer, and they will come there and straighten it out. This is how these things are. But you got a whole pickup four or two pickup four coming down and say that's not a rebel gang war going on. What is that?
Thank you, Emmy.
Y'all want to stay here and blame president for come on now, people. We need to be something.
I mean, maybe because the president is a commander in chief. You know, but you know, that's a whole different aspect of the conversation there. But yeah, Moba, you are interrupting the show. Moba is like internet has issue and your microphone. You borrow Maggie's mic. You know that microphone that Maggie used to use.
Yeah, today the police were playing the police. Yesterday, everything our George we are.
All right, but let's
get it our George we are. Now we gotta put on the police now.
Thank you, George.
Where did the police and the army fight and we blame George?
We're gonna take 20 minutes across the board.
Guys, don't take my time.
We will take 20 minutes.
The army and the police fought and I blame George.
Oh, guys, you guys are seriously hijacking the show. Family, take your 2 minutes, and then we'll take 20 seconds across the table.
Thank you very much, Nelson.
Wrap up on this.
Why you giving late Kamal 2 minutes for?
Hey, my man, Charles, relax, man. Since after Charles Taylor left the country now, the army people now they too much for that. I said, okay, quickly. Since post-war Liberia, the military, let me get call it short. Liberian army has now. They have always taken the police to be their training ground. The police have always been a training, that boxing tool. Anyone in Liberia knows that. They always think that they are so superior, they are so powerful. There are so many people who are so lawless in our country. Imagine people will go do something, and as soon the police come in, they take it from the call. One army man, they get one army man number. In fact, this time, all the young girls are doing, all the things they're doing now, they get one army boyfriend. Because as soon as you cross the red line, they say,
Come on, man. Well, my man, you know, where are you coming from with that other information, man? That's fake news.
You are completed fast tonight.
Breaking news, though, Nelson. Breaking
you are completed fast tonight. What evidence do you have?
Wait a minute.
So are you trying to say that when Alfred was in the military, Alfred had, man,
several girls had Alfred number. I'm witness to that. I'm test that one, but Alfred
was watching you.
His family is watching the show. I hope you know that.
Let's keep that aside. She can come in later. We'll discuss it. But
Famula, just for the record, I joined the army in 2008 at the age of 24. And by 2012, I met my wife.
All right.
She's here with me currently. So now your story you bring me, don't call me the star.
We know she's there with you. No clarity. Don't try to put Alfred on his dad. Don't try to
But there's a reality. There's a reality, Nelson. You feel like bro, I'm not going to bring out no postulation, but you know exactly that is happening. Every single person who want to get one army number in their phone. Especially those people who already premeditated in a man that they're going to go cause problem. Then they say, I get my one army free. As soon as they call, and those guys
address the situation that occur rather than trying to
Alfred, please allow the brother to learn.
The message for the message is really reaching to Alfred. Okay, let me go to the issue. I want to lay in it because that's how the army people can behave. When they come out of that barrack, they say they been in the barrack, they're not being teeny.
But not everybody. When you say that's how they behave, you're trying to put everyone in one bracket, and I don't think that's the reality.
Because this is a concurrent issue. This issue has been happening all the time. Anytime somebody leaves that barrack and they come outside. In fact, I have lived in Nuku Town. I know so many of the guys who on the base over there. They have their boys who are driving motorbike. So every time, whenever they break the law or they do something wrong, the first person they're going to call that the men from the base. And many times the police too, as soon as they see the tension raising, the police men always escaping. Because when the men can misuse their arms. Even the police battle, they can take it from them and may use it on the police. So when I saw that incident in the video, most of those guys, look, when they tell you that there is an order that motorbike should not play this role, nobody is above the law. Nobody is above the law. And if you come to a checkpoint and the police says stop, we are stopping by from going, and you know you are military personnel, what is so big in that thing that you can't even introduce yourself to your fellow colleagues? What is so big? But because it is something that you already planned, you come from in a barrack, you come outside and say for long, be somebody here. I coming outside. You just looking for something that as soon as you see the police, the army men, they always having something.
So Famara, you have 30 seconds remaining.
Okay, quickly.
What do you make of the whole idea, the pronouncement made by the senator about the military joining the police to enforce the no-go zone restriction?
So, okay, quickly, Nelson, none of us on the show has full security details. We don't know the security state of the country. So we shouldn't sit on the show and say the army have no right to come in to join the police in anything. We already know that there were some elements who were passing through the motorbike guys to disrupt, to cause serious disruption in the country. We don't know the full security details. So if the justice minister and other security apparatus deem it necessary through a joint effort or joint security effort to ask the army, they are not mandating the army, they are asking the army if they could join the police to help beef up the security to carry out this enforcement, because as you said, the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And if the president through which the police director work directly for says that we are not going to allow motorbike to cross this area, it's also like the police director in essence, in extension, is also speaking the voice of the president, saying that for the situation that is going on here, let us not allow motorbike to play this screen until we can make sure the security threat is minimized. You interviewed that 105. He was telling you, say
102.
He said because of the intelligence that we've received, it is still heightening tension in this area. So we're going to make sure there's no go zone in those areas. But when everything's settled, we'll allow the motorbikes to come back. So why the guys can be patient and wait? When they say no motorbike going there, it's for a reason. You see what they did to the police. Something happened. There was an accident, and they got vexed that the police, they carry the anger on. I don't know what happened to the police. That everybody, anything happened, that the police people are running behind. They want to be there. You see it? So the country is a lawless country, and everybody think that they can take the law in their hands. So now the army has if the government of Liberia decides that they need extra security, they need extra people to beef up the security of the state, we don't have to go for war first before we bring military outside. We're not going for war, but the one that is happening is that, and at the worst war, if the war, if something becomes safer, if it erupt in there and we don't have enough, and we're not able to grab it from the inception, when it spread out, it becomes very difficult to contain. So now it is in the embryonic stage, and the government is asking that the army join the police to beef up the security. Let us give them some chance. Let us bring few men to help them, because we don't have enough trained police, and especially to manage huge riot situation or something like that. I saw the last scene of nursing. I saw the last scene that you're in. Quick, let me conclude. The last scene that you were in. I saw the tear gas. I saw the police pull out the tear gas because the boys decided stoning. It was a situation. First, you were saying the situation was between the police and the army, but later on, you saw the group start throwing rocks in the video. So that means it was not an issue of the police and the army again. There were people who were already planning to cause another thing over there. So
you know, don't talk about that rag, Benny, because on the rag it makes my hair myself.
Okay, I saw you escaping. I saw you running. So it was not the army that was
they made a video quest.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. You know, about that rag aspect, because I have an experience. But we're gonna take, and guys, let's do this exact 30 seconds. Once your time is up, I'm going to mute you, because we have to go to the next talking point. Now, we're just trying to wrap up on this. the police IG and his team, they went out there today at the hospital to see the officers. This is one. This was just the ELW hospital that you see there, but there were several areas they went today, and this is the situation with so many of the officers who were wounded in this process. But I want us to take 20 seconds around the table. Let's make it 30 seconds because I'm going to keep the time. 30 seconds quickly around the table just to zero in on this topic. Let's start with you, Josh. I see our brother Francis here. Francis will take 1 minute to wrap up on this talking point. He's been following. But let's start with you, Josh. Yeah, 30 seconds.
Look, Nelson, usually for me, when I see conflict, I don't just go into it. I want to know exactly the root cause of the conflict, right? So here's the thing. The main reason why we have all these things happening is because of the anger in the country. President Boubacar promised job. Without bringing job, he's taking the boys from the road, from getting that daily bread. That's what the anger is. And guess what? They were refusing bikes to go in the city, and they saw this army man on a bike, and they decided he shouldn't go there. If that policy had not been introduced, we're not going to come to this particular stage we are. But President Boubacar, knowing full well that the jobs he promised the Keke boys, of which they used to be flying behind during the campaign time, those jobs have not yet come. He shouldn't have stopped them from parading the streets. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take you next, Alfred. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, let me dismiss all the allegations of my brother Formula tried to pin the AFL.
Yeah,
the AFL has remained a force. The AFL has always remained a force for good. Call me Awosoyo. Call me whatever name you want to call me. My contribution to this new AFL is a milestone that I'm very proud of. So I am not sitting on the show tonight to kind of accentuate or to say that what happened is something that I should praise the AFL. They were wrong. But now see, we are saying in a country where there is no law and order, you will see people taking the law into their hand. So typical example, like what happened with the AFL guy. If we have strong institutions in the country, the AFL guy would have gone to his chain of command and sue those individual police that manhandle him, and they're going to be resolved. Next quickly, another thing I did not hear from the senator was the fact that he not even discussed the issue. He only talk about AFL and people coming together to enforce law. He not talk about to reprimand. He talk about that.
No, there's an investigation ongoing for that aspect, and so that's why it is. Let's take Fambule. Yeah, 30 seconds quickly.
Like I said earlier, we all on the show does not have the full security detail or the security solution or the security situation in the country. We don't have the full detail. So the issue about both the military, some personnel of the military joining with the police, we don't have enough police already, especially trained riot police or people that to manage conflict like this or situation like this. So I don't think it's a bad thing. It's a very good thing. Once the army can help and beef up the security to make sure that this law is enforced, because we are saying the law should be the law. And if the law says that we should stop you from going to town on Moruba for the time being, for on a temporary basis, just adhere to it. Thank you. Stop you from feeding your family. They got other area you can run. They show you other feeder places you can carry your Moruba and run and hustle.
Let me hold you there.
Before you get money to feed your family. Don't call Joseph Boubacar on the one.
Thank you. Charles, you want to take your 30 seconds quickly?
Family, I don't want you to use this platform to insinuate to the public that our country will have a security threat. Because from what you are saying, in other people's mind, it seems to be like the security apparatus came together because they noticed a serious security threat to our democracy. That's the reason why they're bringing the AFL out. And I don't want you to do that. Again, the actions of the army were very wrong. Very, very wrong. But again, our police, let's look at this. Our police, they don't conduct themselves in an orderly manner. That's the first thing. The next thing, the police brutality in our country is on the increase. These things that's going on in our country, all those things that you see going on in our country, those are the same things that were going on in Haiti today. Haiti now have over 1 million people displaced because of the same actions. Gang came up and just took over the whole city. Now today, you have over 1 million people that is homeless. We have to
barbecue.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have to do the other way though.
Thank you. Abby, you want to take your 30 seconds quickly? You already have 30 seconds and you muted. Let me restart your time. Go ahead.
Nelson, like I said previously, the police were in the wrong. That's why the army were in the wrong. Both of them were in the wrong. Now, it left now with the leaders, the leadership of both the army and the police, like what they are doing right now, to be able to put the situation under control, so that the army can be able to keep to themselves where they belong in the barrack, until the president can be able to give an order, and then let the police implement what they have been told to do. Now, let us be sincere. The president of the Republic of Liberia have nothing to do with this. This is not the president area. The president is concentrated on bringing jobs and for our comrades and comrades to be able to put food on their family table. So let us not be dragging our president into every political thing that happens in the country. Let us stop this, man. Let us stop this.
Thank you, Abby. Francis, you want to take your 1 minute, and then we'll bring Emmy in, and Mobile will be last on this talk.
All right, Nelson, and then everybody on the show, how you doing? For the first time since I joined the set, I think I will agree with my brother AB on this particular subject. I think the police performs some level of unprofessionalism, probably maybe lack of simple courtesy or respect among themselves. Because I am friendly with a gentleman in Liberia who have been member of the National Security, the group they call NSA. And he made me to understand, even I don't care how the darknet is, and there's a checkpoint, all of them got a number. Once they call it, you pass. So I'm not a police officer. I got no security background, but just picking up from what we saw on the open media, this gentleman introduced himself as an AFL officer. I know there is this motorcycle inconsistent enforcement on the part of the police people. And he still told him that that place was a no-go zone. And the way the man handled him, even people standing back, we could hear them telling the police officer, they made an AFL man, they still put him overboard. Now, the other action that came from the AFL that we're going to war. So two wrongs cannot make a right.
20 seconds.
So I think overall, there is still a leadership problem. There is a leadership problem, and there is a coordination problem. Part of that too, the aspect of the hustle. That's a majority of Liberians. Every day, people don't respect the police because they take money from them. The AFL doesn't do that. And another thing I'm hearing here, I hate to say the AFL, the soldiers are in the jailhouse. They are not in the jail. They are not. They're supposed to be in the barrack, but that doesn't mean they can't get out. Okay,
thank you.
So I don't think we need to be fair. The two group of people misbehave, to be honest.
Thank you. Let's hold you there and bring Emmy in. Emmy, your 30 seconds.
Okay, so I think we're all getting a little bit emotional about the situation, and we kind of thinking that somebody is exonerating the police here or anything. Well, with police going to people's houses and going to arrest people and just get there and start beating on somebody, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the situation that happened yesterday. Okay, you can be a AFL, you can be a EPS, you can be a Secret Service. That is that policeman place of work. His boss put him over there. There is no go zone. That goes to everybody. You can be AFL all you want. If a policeman say, I'm arresting you, whether he wrong or not, give your hand. That's what we're saying. That's it. But you trying to fight him, you got 3 or 4 police people, and then you fighting them, it's just going to something to anger. And I'm not saying the police shouldn't restrain themselves, but that's as human, it would happen to us. If that was you, that was me. I'll post that in a year too. It would happen. So this is what we're saying. The army kind of look down on the police. I think that's what the whole situation is. I'm too
That's
busy.
what you
How
said.
dare you trying to arrest me? That's what it may not
Let
be
me
you, Alfred.
respectfully disagree. Nobody looking down on anybody.
Next time, my 30 second again.
No, your 30 seconds
You
is
just
up.
joined me to my time. What do you
No,
mean?
but your time is up. I mean,
No, it wasn't. I just got
went above your
interrupted.
30 seconds. You went above your 30 seconds. You are just operating grace period. when Alfred took 1 minute of the extra 15, let's say 1 second of the extra 15
If
seconds.
you're gonna be letting me talk, all the time you talking now, I'm done.
So,
But
yeah, but we really want to transition. So just conclude in few seconds, then we bring
so let me
more.
sound like a chipmunk. Yeah, so this is what we're talking about. I think there was something that went on yesterday. Wish somebody on the money, another person. And the both of us to be joint security and supposed to be working together. Okay, my man, I'm arresting you. I'm pretty sure if he had an identification on him, it would have been easier. Then if you don't have an identification, okay, give your hand when you get to the whatever, you can call your commander. All that thing with putting people coming over, going with something that is it was so not necessary. That's all I'm saying. And all this falls on the army. There should have been a bigger person in the whole situation.
Thank you. Mobile, you want to go quickly?
Yeah. Let me just put my 1 or 2. Look, first I would say probably, like we all understand investigation is still going on, but if you resist arrest, that's what happened. In majority of the country, like even in the United States, if the police pull you over, what they ask you question, you do about it, you try to resist, and then they go on you with violence. So it happened all over the world.
You get pepper spray.
How much the entire case right now is under investigation, and we like I don't know who said we don't know the duty of what happened. How much people were there, they recorded it, but we don't know if through the process they asked him to do this or show your document, do this. He never agreed. He feel like he ever man. He got angry. Although we don't know, it was not on camera. All we saw was people fighting, people beating him, they tearing his shirt. Oh yes, probably the people knew that. Get his identity. My man, okay, you want to arrest you or arrest? Just comply. As a AFL man, not even AFL, anybody for that matter, just comply. End of the day, you just go where you're going to go. Oh, my man, let the man go to the AFL man. Okay, your bar what? Your bar a commercial bar or the private bar?
Thank you.
But I think they're stopping. I think, and that's in 1 second. I think they're only stopping commercial bar from going, but I think a private bar. So if you say a private bar, you should be wrong. And that all be that's it. I mean, when a private bar they stop, then the police was wrong on that. They're stopping commercial bar. That'd be real. Yeah. And again, we talk about resist. Probably you resist too, you sort of go through the the rank and file so that it can be easier for him. And then he still probably going to win the case and all the one. But that's it. But I see my brother named Blinny, Joseph Baga got nothing to do with that thing, bro. The policy, the law is the law. If you pass a law, let the police enforce the law.
I don't know why Mulba and other people get pissed when we talk about Joseph Walker. Joseph Walker is the leader of the country.
Joseph Walker
why we can't talk about him?
No.
Okay, so guys, we have to make progress. So
all again,
we've been following closely. We've been following closely the situation with Capitol Hill. Since the saga started, some of the lawmakers were suspended, and the suspended lawmakers have They were suspended. Mobile, can you lower your TV? Or it's not mobile? Okay, so mobile.
Mama, you mute me, ba. My TV now.
Oh yeah, someone has a TV or something playing, in the background. So the suspended individuals decided to today to take their issue to court. The lawmakers are saying that they were elected to do the Liberian people's job, and a few of their colleagues decided to suspend them. They are suspended. They are not doing the Liberian people's job. But the main one I'm hurting there is that they're not taking their pay. They're not taking their pay. So they filed a petition today at the court. So their petition, they filed a petition for a rate of mandamus against the finance minister, Minister Augustine Kpehe-Gafwan. According to him, he has failed to meet his obligation, that is to make sure that they are paid, for withholding their salaries, for not paying them. They decided to go to court. So who are the lawmakers? You have Representative Abu Bana Kamara, Representative Josiah Marvin Cole, and all the other lawmakers who were suspended. So upon presenting their issue, the Associate Justice, Siane D. Clinton Johnson, now has summoned the Finance Minister, Augustine Kpehe-Gafwan, and the Controller. They are expected to appear on the 10th of March. So this is a kind of a legal battle we are about to see display right here. The tension at the legislature is still on. And the big question is, and the major concern here, let me put it that way, the major concern here is for the lawmakers, they are not taking their salaries. Now, you want to go back a little, almost the same group of lawmakers went to the court previously. They went to the court to stop the majority black from proceeding. They didn't get it. They went to the court to have the court declared the gathering of the majority black illegal. They didn't get it. The court said ultra vary. They went to the court to have the court interpret her ruling. Well, the ruling is still in a dark hole. It hasn't come out yet, or that particular request. They didn't get it. This time around, they are going now for all that legal thing now to the legislature. All the legal things that are happening, and they want it going for now. They say our salary that we're not getting, we want it. So the finance minister has been summoned. I mean, what do you make of this? Are they going to get it this time around? The move in the first place. Now, because those lawmakers have not been going to session. That's the argument that the folks on the other side are pushing, that the lawmakers have not been going to session because they were being suspended. And because they're not going to session, they're not doing the Liberian people's job, they are suspended, therefore they should not get paid. Those lawmakers on the other end, some of their folks say, okay, no, we'll go on the other side. We'll do the Liberian people's job. Some say we're not going. But in the midst of that, they have gone to court. I mean, let's have your take on this, and we're gonna start with Josh, and then we'll go around the table on this. Let's take 2 minutes each on this one, as we maybe we'll just zero in here, zero in on this one, and then go to the phone lines.
Nelson, can I suggest that we just go along this line, start with Francis, and then we come up?
No, we're gonna go in. Yeah, let's see.
Why?
No, I just want to be in sequence because
he wants to come after you. But Josh, let's hear you. Go ahead, Josh. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Nelson, I think that's the best way of pursuing justice, to or redress to go to the courts. I think the lawmakers are in a right to do what they've done. And I think the Supreme Court will now show their juice, because the thing is that I reckon all of these things that are happening in the country, especially what are happening up the Capitol Hill, were all the makings of Joe Boakai and the judiciary branch, the Supreme Court, to be specific. I think they have been very unclear with their judgments in this thing. And I think we had one of our brothers here, I think yesterday or the other day, that who made it clear that the Supreme Court's judgment was vague. And because it was vague, it caused a lot of commotion. Let me tell you, if the Supreme Court ruling was not vague, we wouldn't have reached to where we are now. So it's now about time for them to rule explicitly. The big English people say explicitly, in clear terms, that anybody could understand. They should rule now what it is legal for these guys' salaries to be withheld.
George, someone in the finance minister, just the whole idea wherein the finance minister is being summoned, he's expected to appear on the 10th. Is this a victory in sight for the suspended lawmakers?
Look, Nancy, I think it's a good thing. I think the reason why the finance minister is summoned is because the Supreme Court judge, in his own in his understanding, he doesn't want to call one group and the other group says go to the other group. You know what I mean? They didn't send the money. You know what I mean? So he will put all two of them together, no way to escape. Tell exactly where the guy's salary and give it back to them. I think that's what he's calling them for, because it's got complete waste of time. What this so-called majority bloc is doing. They are running in cycle, and I think for Liberia to go forward, someone has to wear the big boy pants here. And I think
2 minutes exhausted, Josh.
But I think President Boakai is incompetent. President Boakai is not doing his job. He's not in control. That's why you see Momo Sarah is coming up to order the military to come on the streets, guys. Come on, wake up.
All right, thank you. Let's leave it there, George. Your time is up.
It's not in control. That's what Mobosaro is doing.
Let's hear you.
He's sleeping. Thank you.
The rest of the thing now, the rest of the statement is I don't know how to even tell me, but here's the thing. Nelson, Liberia is at a point where so many people turn a blind eye to the truth. You have people considering the speaker as illegitimate. He signed a budget, and now they are asking that they want to be paid from a budget signed by this speaker that they do not recognize. They are also saying to the Liberian people that they need a salary now because they are working in the interest of them. They want to work in the interest of them. I try to understand this thing two ways. The finance ministry does not pay individual. A gossip pay Gafan does not pay lawmaker individually. He collectively send money from the budget, from the holistic payroll of the house. He sent it to their leadership. He has no say in individual payment. Nobody go to the finance ministry to receive check individually. Let's get it one clear. And more besides, these guys are running around. We all have the video. We all saw that. You calling them honorable. For me, I would not.
20 seconds.
He was on the scene. He was recorded. He saw the profanity that Marvin Cole even used. Those guys, I don't even know what they're crying now for. What they're crying for. That particular salary, they will not get it. They can go to that Supreme. They will like it. They go to speed up that code. They can't down.
Thank you.
Once you don't work, you not get paid. That's it.
Thank you.
Equal work for equal pay. You can call Joseph Boakai any name you want to, but in as much as the houses, who is another branch of government, Joseph Boakai has nothing to do with it. If they take that decision, if the majority take that decision, and it fall in line with that ruling, it will stand. That's it.
Charles, let's hear you on this one. Your 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know I'm not fair, and I don't try to be one, but family, when you say these things, sometimes it's laughable. Seriously. First of all, the minority black made their position clear. The fact that the majority black took actions that is unconstitutional, they're not going to sit under him as a speaker. Him being a speaker is because the executive promoted it, supported it. And the fact that they supported it, that's the reason why they send the budget to him. And they are entitled to their pay because they go for session. If they don't reach the quorum, they adjourn and they leave.
But Charles, Famola's point is no, guys, I'm coming now. Famola's point is this budget that was passed by the illegal speaker. The group that says the mayor is not the speaker, they don't recognize him as the speaker. Why do they want to get paid from the budget that was passed by the illegal speaker?
They are entitled to it. Whether he signed it or not, they are entitled to their pay. Whether he signed it or not, they are entitled to their pay. So the fact that they already have a budget that their money is mentioned within it, they are entitled to it. Why they can't get it? They are entitled to it, and they should be receiving their money. And I can guarantee you that on this platform today, today is the 27th, they will get that money. All of them will get that money. All of them.
Thanks a lot. Let's take AB on this one. AB, you want to go ahead?
Nelson, I think that's very simple. I think that's very simple, and I think that's very laughable. Those guys, they were suspended. They honored the suspension. They honored the suspension because the majority black told them that we should never see you. We're the host conducting session, and we should never see you around there. They are yet to die. The host said, we will sanction you, all of your pay will be sanctioned, and you will not be paid for 3 months. They are yet to die. How come that you will come again, then you say, we'll carry the case there to court? And let me say something here. Père Gaffouin, he is not responsible for the appeal. The host set up a leadership structure in a way that host having their own accountants.
Yeah, they have a procurement department. They have their own structure there. I mean,
they have their own structure. I was thinking that they will be able to invite some of those Ghana from the accounting department from the House of Representatives. But they went to go pay for now Gaffouin. But nevertheless, my brother just said that he swear today the 27th, we are on this platform. I am saying to him, we are on this platform. If that men get their salary, let her grade my pound.
Okay, thank you. I hope anyway, let me leave that. But go ahead, Francis.
You're talking about particular partners.
That's it. You keep this video here. You keep this video.
Okay, so I beg you, let me see my own.
2 minutes. You have 2 minutes last now.
Let it call people up. Saying
the man that talk about people are speaking based on their political alignment, I think he is consumed significantly on the basis of his love for Joseph Boakai. I'm talking about family. He's very, very consumed. That's why he cannot say anything with proper balance. But let me tell you something. In the democratic environment, when people go to court, that's the best way to go about it. The only part there that I see the smoke is that whether Supreme Court come more clear or not, whether the executive will endorse it or they will not endorse it, that's a way different story. The reasons why we are going through all the things that we're talking about, 3 three institutions cause it. Number one, the so-called Janjaweed leadership, commonly called majority bloc. Number two, the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, anti-virus or virus, something like that. Number three, the occupants of the executive mansion, my senior uncle from Lofa County, walking, sleeping. That's the reason we're having this conversation. Now, somebody said,
Nelson, I
somebody
think
said,
President need to take that.
somebody
He need to
said,
take that back. He can't call it.
I've been walking, sleeping. I don't want to say you can't say.
You made a point, man.
Leave me alone. I want to say you are consumed. Don't stop my time. I'm making a point.
Mr. President, you can't call him walking,
Let's sleeping. If I people say let us sleep. So my
No, guys, we will not get the show noisy tonight. No effort to get this show noisy will ever survive because all the button I can put people in the bags, I can mute people, everything working. In fact, on autopilot.
Sleeping making you bad. You don't even call John. We are roll.
People go to the back.
That formula go to sleep, man.
People
putting in the back.
People go to the back.
Guys. Josh, that strategy will not work tonight. You can't hijack this show.
No
Listen,
way.
Francis, you have 30 seconds remaining to end up. And I'm going to set the timer now and give you.
No, Nelson, don't do that. These people took 1 minute from me. I beg you. No, need to just relax. Let me say what I gotta say.
Yeah, but let me say this. No, I'm already.
You can't let me 30 seconds. You can't let me 30 seconds. That's not fair.
Listen, Francis, we gave 2 minutes across the board because we
but
have.
You know how I'm. No, don't do that. Everybody took their 2 minutes. Let me get my 2 minutes. That's all I need.
But you use 1 minute 30 seconds of your 2 minutes.
No, Formula interrupted me and you muted me. I saw the mute button.
Yeah, but that was the end of your time. Yeah, but
you were talking to me, I'm done.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Let me make my point. You told your own, let me tell my own.
I'm going to give you 45 seconds to make your point.
All right, Nelson, you are the moderator. I agree with you.
And it starts now. Go ahead.
When we talk here, people don't want to hear it because we say the truth. That's why it's hurting them. If the people are in majority, why they could the Constitution said they can remove their leader. Why they couldn't remove their leader legally? Okay, Supreme Court too. Instead of them saying the truth, they go bring big legal war with people that don't even understand simple grammar. Okay? So in addition to that, you were set over there and say the House of Representatives and everybody they get their own budget. I get it though. But Agosin Gafwa is the chief economist for our country. He's the finance minister. The Supreme Court has the legal right to invite him to asking questions. Okay? And finally, the issue of salary is not just constitutional, but it is also human right business. So if the people are still representing their respected district, you cannot stop their salary. If you will stop their salary, there must be a due process. And that due process cannot just be, we're not giving it to you. No, it shouldn't work like that.
Thank you very much, Francis. You succeeded in getting 1 minute all onto yourself. But let's take Alfred. Alfred, go ahead. Then we're going to take Emmy, and Mobile will take us to the phone lines. Alfred,
it's becoming apparent to me. Yeah, you can hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Very well.
Okay, thank you. So, like I said, it's becoming apparent to me that Liberia is in a bad state and it will take some time. I don't know whether we're going to wait for 2029 to see that leader that will come to take this country from the septic tank. Let me put it that way. Article 50 of the Liberian Constitution is very clear that 3 cardinal responsibilities that particular article gave the president. He shall be head of state, he shall be head of government, and he shall be commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. All those categories, head of state, there's a specific reason why they made one person to be president. There's a specific reason why. Number one, to be able to do things the right way, at the right time, at the right moment. When there is chaos, you need someone to stand up to put it in the right perspective, as we see now with our legislature. That's the reason why our ancestors who sat down to write the Constitution, they were very clear as to who is the chief magistrate of the country, which is the president. So if the president is not decisive in terms of putting things in the right perspective by indulging a renegade group to sabotage the Constitution, it's unfortunate. That is the reason why we are where we are, brother Nelson. If the president has stood up to uphold the Constitution, people like Richard Kuhn will not be passing around here calling himself speaker. Where is the due process for Kofa?
20 seconds remaining.
Where is the due process for Kofa? But they are the one complaining. This President Joseph Boakai complained when he was campaigning that the Georgia-led government removed a sitting judge unconstitutionally, that he was coming to get it right. Is this why we are seeing? I am one person on the show who compared Joseph Boakai to Lee Kuan Yew. I'm on record for saying that. But this president has disappointed me. He has not even met half of Lee Kuan Yew's milestone that he made in Singapore. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lee Kuan Yew. Let's get the female Lee Kuan Yew to come on. Let me go ahead. Let's hear you.
So
now yeah, line ringing, but you know in it. But anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna stop talking politics. Let's stick with Lee Kuan Yew. But anyways, you know, I didn't want to go this route, but every time my brother Alfred come here, we gotta, you know, let our people know that don't let Alfred fool you when he come in talking about three cabinet responsibility. That's the state, commander in chief, and what was the other one again?
Yeah, he will come with it later. Go ahead.
Commander of the Armed Forces of Liberia. Oh, okay, good job.
Okay. Head of state, head of government, commander in chief of the armed forces.
Okay, so those three responsibilities were there. When they also said they had three branches of government, I don't see anywhere in the Constitution where it said that the president should oversee the legislature or the judiciary. I don't see anywhere in it. So for us to come here all the time, has a state commander in chief and the Doma Bila, come on. That doesn't mean he can go ahead and those people, and I will keep saying that again, my brother Nathaniel, don't let to hear me saying it. He cannot. Those people was elected that Joseph Numa Boakai was. Okay? Those people have powers. They have powers to oversee, oversight, Joseph Numa Boakai activities. They have it if they are using it rightly. Okay? Then you're telling me this person who did this group ought to be checking. He should go and beat up on their butt for doing something wrong. If he doesn't do it, then he's the one at fault. Come on, these people are not babies, guys. Come on, let's start making it all about. And y'all come here and say y'all want Liberia to change, but y'all don't want to put blame where it belongs. Y'all don't want to say what is it because you don't like what the president did yesterday, so you want to blame everybody. You want to blame him for what another branch of government did. That is misleading our people. And this is what we say civics need to be taught in Liberian school. Some people that Mark or somebody in it who don't understand how government works, that Emmy sitting here, they will not come and listen to Alfred and be fool and say, oh, they say that Papa is supposed to call the people and be that, but he's not doing it. Oh, why the Papa letting anything happen? No, people, this Papa can call these people and these people can refuse and he can't do anything. All of y'all sitting here, you've been hearing rumors. Oh, why he calling Kofa to resign? Then why they calling and begging him? Y'all didn't hear all of that? Y'all come here talking about he don't call these people, he don't call. How do you know that? How do any of y'all know that this man having intervene in all this stuff? And y'all come here rule of love. Yeah, rule of love is jacked up. But should we blame the president for what is going on in the other branches? No, we should not. So let's not come in and start misleading our people and talking about if these people were suspended. There's no way in the world that when you suspended from a job you get paid. No way. Suspended with pay or suspended without pay. If it's without pay, That's what's going on. They went
Thank
to
you
the
very
right
much.
place. Let the Supreme Court go there and go tell them what is what. Instead of us
Before
not
I mean
looking at
about, before I mean about, you can pour in the bar when you say thank you, you can pour in the bar. Why you get pour I mean the bar?
Because she's
Don't
looking for
try me,
female cat
Alfred.
to
Don't
show.
try me.
Nobody's showing female cat on the show tonight.
Don't try me,
You know,
Alfred.
there's gender equality on the show. So
course.
any action against a male can go against it. But
Two
Yeah.
force said
Thank you, Nelson.
against
Nelson, before I proceed, I
one
want to
woman.
ask
So
you a
there's
question,
no
right?
equality here.
Nelson, you getting me?
yes, sir.
Yeah, my question is, the payment we're talking about now, the payment we're talking about, the lawmaker, right? It was the one they were suspended, or probably a recent one. I don't know if they still going to session. I don't want to know the difference before I come in with my own one or two ideas.
No, the lawmakers were suspended.
Oh, okay. So based on the suspension, that's where
Yeah. So there are the fellow lawmakers who were not suspended. They people are still getting that pay yet.
Okay.
They still getting that pay. All the other money they
Well,
still being paid, but it is for the suspended lawmakers. And that suspension was in January. So the suspension took effect. No, I'm coming. Let me get the actual date, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let me be talking on
Let me get the actual date of the suspension.
Okay, the reason I asked that question is, look, guys, we all living in a developed world, right? If you are suspended from your job, you don't get paid. Be a government job, be a private job, you don't get paid. Now, what you need to do, go to that, like everybody said, yeah, they go to court, the due process. What were the costs? Why it happened? Why you guys was suspended? That's where the real matter come in. But if or through the investigation or what or depends what the court will say or what the court ruling will be, or rather from the majority or the minority, then we can come in and say, okay, both sides. But as we all know, if you suspend, if our judge suspend you, you don't get paid. And if you work, right, you take 3 months, you go to work, you expect pay? No, you don't. You don't expect no pay. You don't expect no benefit. Because the all thing that back then, we all came here, we said it, we say, I'm much, they go through the constitution. Some people came here and defend it, say, that thing happen in the house all the time. Askar Grenade did it. And today I can say Askar going to show defending it. And they said it did it to Eddie Mavis Snow. So all these things happen. And today now a bar. It's not bad. Anything the people do in our house, a lean our house, that's what the car was. So we shouldn't even go to court. Let it face each other. Let it face everything each other. That salary, everything be face each other. When even themselves they come together, they say they didn't pay certain people because they didn't work. And you were there. Let us settle that matter. The executive get nothing to do with it. It's that problem. That'll be real. If the executive come and do something wrong, we'll say it. We'll say it like we've been saying it. But for you to say the executive get power, right? And then we then look at you now to interfere in our business. Then we say that overlapping function. We all
Look at trouble.
That overlapping function. You don't do it. Everybody get a stopping point.
You think that a cartoon pushing job over there? The people.
Yeah, but you're talking a lot about. Everybody get a function. Even if the president want to settle issue, you not go on radio and go settle it. No. According to people then who are, according to our sources and information we gather, the president talked to both sides, but they refuse to listen. And he drive back behind the scene. So what you want the president to do? If you say you
10
fire,
seconds, Baba.
so let's conclude. So for me, 100%, I will majority black. They shouldn't pay those guys because they work. If you not work, you don't get paid.
Thank you. We have to go to the phone lines, guys. I know, Charles, you have a point to make, but let's take just 5 calls. You can just
5 seconds.
include your point on. Just do your closing at once because we are seriously out of time. I believe almost everyone across the panel have something to say, but we need to go to the phone lines. 0555-101075 is the number. Let me put the WhatsApp up here. So in case you want to make your point via WhatsApp, you can do that. 0555-101075. let's take this person. The first caller here from this end, from the WhatsApp. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, Nelson, good morning.
Good morning.
I think tonight, Amy, I've been knowing her on the show, at least she tried tonight on the AFL and the police saga. She spoke very well. And I want to recommend to you, before being a panelist on this floor, please share with them your talking points so that they can do a research before coming. What happened there is the AFL man was submissive. I want to submit to the police. And when you do security work, you have to adhere to instruction. It's a strict matter. The instruction was clear to the police officer. But because he was resisting arrest, and he knew that he had a people behind him, I want to let everything. So my son Eddie, two things be wrong. That every man was taking the legal trend without getting coming in, coming from school and the police training them. To the issue of the House of Representatives. Anything that is done legally is not done at all. More, let me tell you, the issue with Eddie Bedinsko, he went to court. And when he went to court, he won it. But because he lost the majority of confidence, he resigned. But
Thank you.
You are appointed due
Let me.
You are appointed due process. Then he asked one question whether which project he was talking about. The person was talking about the Star report talking about is retroactive for the 2024 last thing into the 2025 thing.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So the salary is from October. As per what I've checked so far is from October. But let's take more of a call. 0555101075. Hello.
Hello, Nelson.
Yeah.
From
Yeah, from Kakata. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, Thank you very much for the fascinating topic. There's somebody always saying that a family is created in win. Not be sincere. The AFL wrong. A family is created in win. No parallel, no sorry, I can't see on the shoe. Nobody is above the law. There was law and no more no go to nobody go there. So hard where to go there. No explanation, don't go there. To them. But before you have a plain calculation, you calculate you have a plain you have a minute to count. When they're treating our police in the country, is wrong. You don't get respect your police, expect the citizenry to respect the police. Anything that happens in the country, you just going well with the police, children, the parent police, criminal police. So if you take respect the police, then you expect the police to work for the citizenry. So everyone, that's wrong. But when you spend there, you play everything you cover, you come with phone, start beating it. While the they start beating it.
Thank you.
You take down the government to hold that a Senegal AFL responsible. They have to ask a question. You don't treat your citizenry that way. You have power over the citizenry.
Thank you.
They were very wrong to our police.
Let me hold you there. Thank you for your input tonight. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Nelson.
Yeah, James, go ahead.
I'm Jim. Yeah. Okay, this issue of the police and the army. If you have lived in the country for some time and you have interacted in the street, you know that the police is not respected in our country. It's only maybe because the recent violence happened and it was recorded live. There are many instances that the army will disrespect the police in the street while the police is officially on duty. So it's even cleared out. In most cases, the police is afraid of the army. So with the current incident, I don't know if the AFL guy had an ID card, valid ID card to prove to the police that he's a member of the AFL. Because in most cases, I've seen the police will be enforcing the law, and once they say AFL, you see that they just go off because they know what normally happens between they and the AFL. So it's very clear. That's one. And the next one about the suspension. Okay. 7 lawmakers were suspended, whether it was constitutional or not, but we know we have more than 7 lawmakers who were not attending session. So why did the majority block not suspend everyone, but they pick out few people among the 27 lawmakers or so? If it was a genuine call, they should have suspended everyone who was not going to session, but they just picked out a few members among the 7. So for me, there is a reason. It's not genuine. There's a specific reason why they handpick few people from among the total absent lawmakers and just punish them. I think that's a kind of punishment for me.
Thank you. We'll take just
formula telling to do it.
We'll take just 2 more calls. No, but with respect to that point, there were caveats sent out on numerous occasions. Like it was done with the Speaker Kofa, when they sent several communications to him, and he said that the sitting was illegitimate, so he couldn't submit himself to whatever team they had in place. So similar thing was done with the case of the guys who got suspended. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Nelson, this is Masikwe. And please don't cut me off.
Okay.
Nelson, am I not deserve to be happy?
What do you mean, sir?
My daughter is out of school now. The school threw her out. She will not be taking her YX. She's in the 12th grade. I struggle to get her from 13 to 12th grade. Because I'm in this situation, and somebody try to help me, and somebody won't be a stumbling block. And today I'm sitting down. My daughter, Nelson.
Now I remember you called me the other day, but sir, that issue is beyond my control.
Nelson, let me say this.
Hello.
This.
Okay,
Hello,
yeah, go ahead.
Nelson, let me just say this. I'll let you go. But I want to add, even the panelists in there, anybody can help me so that my daughter will graduate this year. I struggle. I've been supporting my daughter because of my situation right now. I can't afford. Please, you got to my daughter only needs $300 to complete but to high school. Please, my heart doing everything. I don't sleep, Nelson. Please, panelists, please help me.
Okay,
please, Nelson, you got my number.
So please, no. Okay, so please read your number out. Let me take your number, and in case someone listening and want to help you as well, Charles on the show also asked that I get your number. He will reach out to you. So I want you to read your number out quickly.
0881.
Yeah.
54.
No, please hold on. Please hold on.
827.
0881.
544.
544.
827.
827.
Please, panelists, I beg you. Help my daughter is in 12th grade. Please.
Thank you, sir. So we're gonna take the final caller here. 0555-101075. Hello, you are live. Let's hear you.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
You are live, sir. Let's hear you.
Okay. Good morning. I'm calling from Provi, Musakanamani. Thank you very much. The soldier in the country, I don't want you to encourage the people to play with soldier. Soldier, they are first class citizens. They're here to take you and myself from trouble. So he can't tell that soldier that he checkpoint here, the soldier can pass. When they see the soldier, he pass. He lead the man to go. Because any problem that the soldier will defend you tomorrow. Look at Guinea, look at Mali, look at Burkina Faso. Don't play with soldier. This is Moses' law. The soldier man did to this man yesterday. He's very good. And again, I can tell you, I want you to talk to President to move that checkpoint.
You do me, I do you.
Or you're sending the soldier there to deploy.
Hello, you can hear me? You can hear me?
Be a factory checkpoint. Police not doing nothing there. They get parking, collecting money from people every day. They're not doing nothing.
But you can hear me? You hearing me? Hello? Okay, so the man I wanted to know which are the Moses law.
Me, I want the AFL to take over the country, sir, so all these criminals they can go home.
Condemn that statement.
We can't
condemn that statement, man. Don't do that.
We operate on the show. When you have the time, when you have your time, you speak. Lin Lacroix is asking what's the guy's name. His name is Massa Kwe. I forgot his first name, but his name is Massa Kwe. In case you want to reach out to him, you can reach out. He's a brother that's in need. He was involved in an accident. He's disabled at the moment, and yes, so that's the situation. So let's do our closing. We can start with that. Let's start with Francis, and then we will just go in the queue.
Yeah, let him start.
Nelson, you really do well for these two people because I really wanted to listen to them to say. Anyway, let me just go because you are the moderator.
Let's take one 30 seconds to do our closing because we are out of time.
I want to say thanks to our audience and also appreciate you folks and the network. It's a serious matter. Sometimes we can be serious true, sometimes we got to play fun. But I think the very accusation, political accusation regarding everyday bread and butter issues, that those of us that supported Joe Walker and himself level against the CDC-led government, that George Weah was a bobo president. I think he gone 360 degrees just around that same corner. And when we say it made the people bad, no problem. Be politically correct, be politically alarmed to Joe Walker and the Unity Party Alliance. I don't want to be alarmed to anybody. I want to be alarmed to myself and my country. Okay? But the good news is, even though it is longer than here in America, the 6 year we gave them, 1 year gone, the second year we already going towards the third month. Now they're not there for rule, 1 day for master. But from all indications where we are right now, Joseph Walker is now in charge, and that's a fight. That the country will be in this level of confusion under an elder who is 80 years old. And people don't want us to say it. And because the president, he comes from local county. My man, they 1 minute.
You went 1 minute. You went almost 2 minutes, my man.
Did he pull on timer before you get the time, bro? No, they're not. I think we should be using the timer. Yeah, let me just clear my. Yeah, my man, Marba, you let my business already on this show, so I know that one. You will not be fair. You will not be justice. Yeah, but let me just conclude quickly.
I'll put it in the back.
You know you're not getting popular.
I beg you, leave the man alone because the man already want me to say that to you. But he just got to accept it. You know, my people, our country is in a bigger trouble. Somebody said there's a specific reasons why we have only one human being in our country, not just today, but from yesterday to today, that they refer to as political trinity. According to my elementary education, the president of the Republic of Liberia is the head of our government, is the head of the executive, and is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia.
Thank you.
And that is the reasons why we have to shift all the blame on the president. Like the president right now shifted the blame on George Weah yesterday. So, my people, that's why it is.
Thank you. Alfred, the man talk for 3 minutes. That's what I meant. Oh, okay. My man, you be going coming. Alfred, that go to the queue. Yeah, that me, Alfred, that George coming. George, 1 minute.
Oh, okay, guys. I'll make it very short. The thing is that if we can remember, I think if I have any relative, I would never allow them or advise them to join the police in Liberia. It's a waste of people time. It's a waste of human life. It's a waste of everything. If you can remember, during the heat of the campaign, there was an explosion, I think around Kakata area behind there, right? A police officer got seriously burned. President Boakai, during that time, afterward, he took $50,000 United States with bag of rice in the car for the people there, you know. That particular, the police guy that got burned badly, that guy is begging on Facebook to for them to take him out of the country, to take him somewhere, to take him, for treatment. That guy is still in the country suffering, a whole arm, everything, a hand stick all like this. But we are here, they are talking about big cars, they are talking about big things, and the people who will keep law and order to make them to sit down in a chair, to make them to be president, to protect them, they don't care about them. And that's why the rule of law, because President Boubacar does not respect the rule of law. When he go to the Supreme Court, whatever time when he come out outside, he can flick the paper and go and do the thing he wants to do. He will move people from tenant positions, and when they go to court, when the court grant them the time, he will kind of suspend them and take them from there. The same thing, he will do it. That's why nobody wants to follow, because when the fish is getting rotten, it starts on the head. President Boubacar does not respect the rule of law, so no one else does. It is evident in what he does in the country. So we cannot come here and sugarcoat it and be thinking that and we are doing it because we are politically aligned with some group. No, we have to state our conscience here, because tomorrow this particular footage is going to be on YouTube, it's going to be on Facebook forever. People will come back here and listen to what we said one day. Our children will come here and listen to us. So we're not coming here. I don't care about CDC. I don't care. I care about Liberia, and I care about my conscience. President Boubacar is doing us no good. And President Boubacar, I don't leave the country alone, because he cannot govern this country, because the country is lawless now. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless Liberia. That's all we can do here.
Avra.
In 1858, Abraham Lincoln was receiving Republican nomination. And this is why he said, and I quote, "A horse divided against itself cannot stand." In fact, the political argument at that time was the issue of slavery. When slavery was sweltering in this country, and people like Abraham Lincoln, when he came on board, he said slavery was a moral issue as well as the United States, and slavery was a threat to the United States, and it needed to be stopped. And when he made that statement. So when we come here and we tell you, say, the president is responsible for what's going on in the country, we're not joking. Because he has 3 cardinal responsibilities. There's a specific reason why the forefathers of our constitution made the executive to be ruled by one person. Because they knew very well there will always be chaos at the level of the legislature. And you needed someone to bring sanctity to the discourse. But if you have the president indulging certain group of people within the legislature and not putting them into order because they come from a same political party, we are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. If President Boubacar does not put stop to what is going on and put sense in the heads of people, we're not saying that the constitution, the government is not divided into 3 branches. That's what we are saying. We are talking about responsibility here. We are talking about the moral conduct, moral character that a president is supposed to have to stand up for his people. Remember, this president stood up and raised a hand. He said he will do what? He will uphold the laws and constitution of Liberia. You have people not following the law. The Supreme Court has ruled that what they are doing is ultra vires. In other words, they are doing things beyond the scope of their operation. And the president has not even spoken to the nation to condemn what they are doing. Then you come and you tell us, say, the president has nothing to do with it. We will not call the president in it. It is quite unfortunate. And Liberia is not going nowhere. It will continue on this path. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Formula.
Look, when I hear my friends, I have to put this mic on because I want to close up on this. It imagination to see that millennial colleagues on this platform will come out in this manner and spew out misinformation and disinformation. For what you guys previously stated, it clearly shows that you guys do not understand the basic service of our country. Alfred, you are telling me today, and you are telling the Liberian people that the president has the power to overturn decisions made by the legislature. What kind of a service lesson are you giving our children? You want the president to interfere from the executive branch of government to overrule or interfere in the decision of another branch? Is that what you're trying to tell the people? Look, Let us put. I know, in as much as you want to spill this thing, you want to polish it, you want to do an AR image graphic to make the president look as if he's dancing kakaleka. It's on you. But let me make this clear. Let me make this clear. The decision in the House is solely and wholly dependent on those people who are elected independently by their various constituencies. So that decision, while it is true that all the branches of government, collectively collaborate to make sure that the government function, but the president does not have the power to override the decision of the other separate branches. They are all separate branches.
Thank you.
And let me just conclude. People leaving off the main topic today we have, you leaving it and you want to go for the president, that's your business. But the issue about the legislature, the minority black will go back to their controller for those suspended lawmakers who said they do not believe in the majority black controller. They will go to their own controller to get a paycheck. And also the army, like I said earlier, the army has always been abusing our power.
Thank you.
People, they get guys in our country there who always get one number, who is an army man.
Thank you.
We're always calling.
You don't get no evidence to that effect.
Thank you. Don't count open
Let me give my 30 seconds, let me conclude. Don't do that.
My man, you already conclude, but we gotta go.
You saw Alfred running inside, let me conclude. So those guys always get all the guys and some of the motorbike boys them. They have
Someone let it go, man. The max are not helping you.
My man, go ahead.
Formula, you try.
My man, you know they made a defensive midfielder. They can't be defending himself. Who did? Let that one.
Formula, you did well. Formula. You did well. But again, you see, like I said, it sometimes it appears laughable. It sounds laughable to me. When Formula, Amy, and my brother Umzi, including Moluba, come on this platform, we will not hold this precedent for issue that happened in the legislature. Granted. We will not hold this precedent for issue having in the judiciary. Granted. Things that are happening in the executive. Why are you not taking action? So we get worried for that too?
No.
We shouldn't worry for that too?
No way.
Is that why you're trying to insinuate there now to the Liberian people? Is that why you're trying to tell the people? The executive, the things that are happening, people stealing money, broad daylight in his eyes. He's seeing it vividly. He can speak about it. Even the issue that took place about the army people coming out with a whole tanker and attacking the police, beating people to dead people in the hospital. The executive mansion this morning should come out with a statement on the website. Why are they not saying something? We can't hold him for that too. Is that what you're telling me here now?
We got you.
Guys, no, guys, come on. We
My
have
man,
to
me
be
yourself
serious
out.
here. We have to be serious here when it comes to our country. This country is our beloved country. Every one of us that left from Liberia through whatever means, opportunity that God gave us to be on this side. We want to see good things happen. Some of us don't want to live here. We want to go back to our country and live peacefully. That's the place that nobody can deport me from. That's what I know. And so when we come here, when we're holding this president for things that we know he's supposed to be doing, and he's not doing it, and then you come here to want to patch it and beautify it and make it look nice to the Liberian people, we need to stop. Yeah, we need to stop. We need to stop that. With the issue with the police, again, the army gentleman, the guy who engaged the police, obviously to just come up and want to resist arrest. In fact, that's what I said. Professionalism, lack of proper training. Our security people don't go through training. In fact, they should even be going through medical training and all. How to respond. First responder. That's their work. They should be responding to this kind of thing. But no proper training, common sense. They don't have it. And so today, that's why we're seeing in our country. And if we're not careful, I'm saying it again, if we're not careful, we are trying on the same path like Haiti today. Haiti is having a serious problem in that place. And we are on that path.
We are not on that path.
Okay. That you are saying the people should the Johnson area notice threats.
I will go ahead with the
They
You
should
want for
come
me
out.
to
You
call
are
you
saying
Lord?
the judgment, and
Charles,
that's why I was
Charles,
telling
your
you.
time over, my
You
man.
should not be
We gotta go,
insinuating
my
that to
man.
the people.
Protect
Charles,
Abraham. Protect Abraham.
let's respect the time. Let's respect the time, my man. Be quiet. I beg you, General guys.
Let me say thank you very much to Nelson Colette for giving me this opportunity for me to come to enlighten the minds of my fellow comrades and compeers around the country, so that I can be able to tell them the good and the goodies that the Liberian government is doing for the interest of the Liberian people. So what is the essence of us coming here every evening and us discussing? That is for us to be able to put a smile on the faces of our comrades and compeers. That is the reason why I am charged with that responsibility. For me to be able to come here to electing the minds of the Liberian people, some of them who don't have means for them to go to bad newspaper, for them to be able to see the good things that the government is doing. And let me tell you, on the 8th, which will be next week Saturday, the vice president will be coming into this country, in the USA. Those of you guys who said that the vice president has sanction on him, you can go there to go to divide your sanction business. But the vice president will be here, and he will be here to be able to discuss the goodies, the good thing, and the transparency that the government is carrying on, and the salary increasement that this government is trying to improve the life of the commoners, like the other comrades did in their past 6 years. They were able to reduce the salary of the common people. But we are in power today. We said no to that. We said no to that, and we were able to increase, instead of decreasing, we were able to increase the salary of the civil servant. Let me say a thumbs up to Augustin Gafwan for him doing that excellent one. And let me say thank you to Mr. President for you choosing Jeremiah Kankun, who have the terror to see things that other people does not see. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Avi. the man
I say the brother is a complete playbook of
my man, let me do a closing.
God got patient. God got patient.
When I agree, the answer will be that it's going to be on the show.
So, y'all please are disturbing.
They were talking. Hold on a minute more, but two of them were talking in.
Look, guys, let's do this. When we set the time and we're about to close, and you guys just come from the background, you confuse the whole thing, man. Let's
Like
you in Georgia, so easy in the background.
Let us
Put a card. I want to see the card.
as punishment. Let us have a punishment to Emmy.
So let's have.
No, man. Okay, that I'm talking for me. I'm not talking.
Yeah.
That I'm talking for me.
That means she coming for her right here, waiting for you. That why she come back, but she was not intending to come back. But I thought she coming to report.
It's 4:27 a.m. here.
Thank you, Kumari. Thank you.
Yeah, we have to go.
General guys, thank you, Kumari. So, but anyways, listen, guys. Once again, thank you, everyone, for coming in and listening to our Tabata every day. We appreciate you guys in the comment section. My brother Nathaniel Hill, I love you too. But anyways, like we said earlier, right, about the whole AFN and something, I wish they would rather fix that thing. And the thing about it is that some training needs to be done, as much as the police also need to be taught and stop acting like everybody that are children, then the citizen as well. They need to learn how to respect the police. It doesn't matter what the police not doing this, the police not doing that. When a policeman arresting you, I mean, just let it happen. Y'all can go to the depot or depot, whatever they call it, and try to fix it. Instead of you fighting, I mean, anything could happen over there. Nobody's saying that what they would be doing is right, but God forbid, something could go wrong. They can hit you in the wrong place. And you're in a country that don't have no good medical, whatever. You don't want to risk that, right? So with the AFL, I had something that to know better. Being security people, I really respect them, and I think they should know better than to be doing stuff like that. You in a civilian clothes or whatever you're in, you should know that when a person is on a guard, they're doing that job. You come to that place of where you should respect them. No, it doesn't matter who you are. You should respect them and do the right thing when it's something. So Nelson, thank you. And there's one more thing before Lenny with this one, right? My brothers talk about fire in Boncante and Waka give somebody money, but the policeman is begging. Judge have no shame to his game. He has no shame. This fire, something we're talking about, happened when George Weah was president. This policeman, and you coming here, what happened? Was he taken to the hospital? Was he taken out of the country to get proper treatment? Nothing like that. You come in, stand here and talk about president giving people money and the policeman begging for money, which is wrong. But since you want to put blame and you don't want to put it where it be also something as well, the president now needs to do something about it. If he haven't been taken care of medically or whatever, everybody needs to be doing something. But it don't come in and make it look like when it happened, that was when Joseph Boakai were in power and you talking about our children will come here tomorrow and can't say what we doing. You got the nerve. You get us somebody for 6 years that killed all the time, like suffer, the made our people to suffer. And you come here talking about children will come. I hope that your children will watch your own video too, supporting somebody and still supporting them. Don't.
Thank you.
Ooh, Nelson.
Thank you.
Hallelujah. Good night, y'all. Don't.
We want to say you allowed me to attack. No response for you. No response.
You allowed me to attack me. Just our brother Jerry, you mind him?
Yes.
The
ambassador has finally taken post.
The ambassador, you know, and I saw it coming here a while ago, right?
The ambassador
someone asked a question. Guys, please mute. Someone has a television on. This is not right, guys. This is just not right. Someone asked a question. Why are there more Silesians on the show than UPS? But the truth is, the Jerry guy you see on this stream right before us, Jerry was one of the strong attackers for the UP. But the man is stratified now. So the man is an official, his own diplomatic mission. So the man, they make it count on the show again. All the UP people here used to listen on the show. Most of the people get job now. So the few of them are here, like Afre, like Francis Jabate, you know, that they wanted are angry, you know.
Yeah, disenchanted.
Yeah, disenchanted UPs. So the only real Silesian we have here, that George, CDC George Australia, who've been a Silesian, Charles, who's in the middle.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
You see, Francis. Yeah. You see, Francis. You see, Francis, and you see, Alfred. They are disappointed or disenchanted UPs. You know, these are the people who were on this set. We have the videos when those guys were, you know, pushing the case. I want to say thanks to everyone. It's been a great show. We look forward to being here tomorrow. Until then, have a good night and
good night, guys.